Hey everyone, Tobias here, and welcome to another AFK Journey video. And as promised in my previous videos, I will be going through everything that you need to know about seasons, ranging from how to unlock it, how to use the seasonal levels, gear, and artifacts to your advantage, the seasonal skills for all the characters, as well as taking a look at the new leaderboards and various game modes that has been changed due to the season's update. And honestly, this is a really cool mechanic, and I'm looking forward to what this can bring into the content for AFK Journey. And most importantly, even if you're a newer player starting out or someone just making a return and you're afraid that you won't be able to join seasons at the very beginning, not to worry. Okay, I'll show you guys how everyone will be able to participate, and that in the long run this is actually really good for new players as well as returning players. So don't fret. Don't worry. So let's talk about seasons. Now, to unlock it, you have to be at a certain resonance level. You can see that my resonance base level is 301, so this is the main story level. If you swap back, you can see that the artwork for the main story or the starter story is this. So if you have this interface in your resonance hall, that means that is the base or the main story resonance synergy level. So you can see here I'm level 61. That is on top of the synergy level that is based here. So it's 301 plus 61 or 301 plus 55, as I am currently in the Song of Strife. Now, to unlock it, like I've said, you need to be level 240 at base. You have to have completed all of the main story quests as well as the AFK stages. So I think there's over 1100. I'm not sure if it's 1124 or 1140, but those are the main stages that you need to complete, and your server has to be at least 42 days old. Those are the requirements. So even if you push really fast, it's not going to open any earlier. But for newer players that are starting out on the new servers, that's completely okay, because they have built in a catch-up mechanic. So we had that before, where if you take a look at your homepage, and I'll just try to go to the homepage here. If you take a look at the AFK progression, back then, when we didn't have the seasons unlocked and we were about a week or two approaching the seasons date, we had this catch-up mechanic where you get additional resources so that you will be able to level up. And I know a lot of free play players were able to reach level 240 and clear everything. So it's definitely doable. It's definitely doable if you're playing actively. So don't worry too much about not being able to achieve this without spending anything. The part about seasons is that if you're a day one player on your server, not a day one player overall, just a day one player on that server that you play, in 42 days you can reach the level required and you can unlock seasons to participate in this. Now, looking at what it unlocks, actually there's quite a lot. You already know it unlocks additional levels, and those levels will last basically for the season as we rotate throughout. You can see the duration is between May to September, and the season levels will reset. Okay, it will reset, and the hero level gained in the starter story, so in the base version, will be in effect for all future seasons. So you still want to keep leveling up your base main story levels because it will be added on. And of course the rest of the Resonance Hall rules are the same, but you can see not only are the levels different, the artifacts are also different. You're gonna have things like Quick Plate Spell and all of these that are different from your base seasonal spells or artifacts. So you can see that it opens the door to a lot of different gameplay, adding a bit more synergy between characters as well as your artifacts for seasonal bonuses. And on top of that, you also get new equipment sets. You can see here you'll just use Quick Equip, and you can swap back and forth, and you can see that base equipment sets or starter stories are fully upgraded, but as we move into the seasons, there will be new and different equipment sets for you to build. So everything is kind of quote-unquote fresh in the sense that you will be able to gain almost a reset button that gets, of course, added on to what you have so far, so nothing is wasted, but you kind of get to explore everything from the beginning in that regard. So a very cool interaction and way to push content that is somewhat fresh and new. And speaking of new, every single unit, they will be able to get a seasonal, that's right, a seasonal skill. Now this is what I like the most about this potential update, is the fact that you will be able to build new characters, find new synergies, just due to the fact that everyone gets a new seasonal skill. This is really cool. You can see that some of the characters already have synergies. If you looked at my Elsa video, clearly she was one that had the combo which scales with her base kit, which already makes her a really good crowd control team member, but after casting ultimate, now bonus damage dealt to the enemy will be increased, just like Iron, who is another CC character. So you can see that you know, seasonal skills will be able to open the door to a lot of different team compositions and potentially take a few weaker units off the bench, as the developers will have more room and ways to buff them by potentially releasing in one season a really strong skill for that character and then making that character really popular. So yeah, that is a cool thing to do. And game modes as well, things have not changed in the sense that you know, we get completely new game modes, or there's only a couple, but for things like Dream Realm, we've got seasonal bosses. So Alpha Bear we just have right now, and the one before that we've had Lone Gaze, and these are quite different from the overworld ones that we get. So you can see that you know, the rankings will be a bit different, and you also have district rankings. So now you can see, if you click on your district in the top right, you can see which district you belong to, and we're season 1, server 1, 7, 8, 10, and 11. So those are the districts. And you can see that if you look at the rankings, server 1, 8, yeah, so a lot of top rankers are going to be in server 1 because it was literally the first server that started. So you'll be able to compete against quote-unquote your neighbors, and hopefully, you know, your servers would unite and try to bring glory to your own server. But yeah, again, you can compete with other players across different servers. Same with Arena, you will be able to do that, and there's also arena matching as well, the reshuffling to allow a more basic and friendly match. There's also a Supreme Arena that unlocks. It's a 3 versus 3. Once you're able to complete AFK stage 130, you'll be able to unlock that, and you will gain additional Twilight Essences as rewards alongside seasonal EXP. Again, it's seasonal, so you won't have to waste other EXP based on that you gain to upgrade your resonance level, base resonance level, versus what you have to do for your season level. And last but certainly not least, there's also the upgraded and changed battle for your guild. So this is the battle drills, and it does look very different. Okay, so in a couple of days we'll get to see how this looks and how it plays out, but this is different than what our old one used to be. So maybe potentially new rules, new challenges awaits us, and I do believe we'll be competing in district wise as well. So this seasonal thing, it's just gonna bring a ton more of competition and a lot more cool things to the game. And of course, we still have our AFK stages. You can see that it's been reset for the season, and make sure you challenge them because they provide a lot of rewards, new rewards, and new ways to upgrade your units. And certainly, last but not least, you also get a ton of free gifts from the seasonal updates. Not only are you able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 3, 18 free pulls from this seasonal glamour gift. You also get to choose with your login chest, and I think everyone knows what the best choice is going to be for 99.99% of the people. That's right, it's going to be your Thoran. Your Thoran is going to be very strong after you start to pull dupes for him, or this might be your first copy of Thoran. So very nice to see. The other events are ongoing and not new, but this one is seasonal growth path. Again, you access that in your events, and you can see the amount of things they give to you for free is insane. Currently stage 4 right now, but stage 7 and 12 you start getting a lot more things such as costumes. But you can see that, wow, people have already pushed really high into the AFK stages, the resonance levels, and I can't wait to see what we can unlock. And all of these freebies are just going to be excellent for newer players starting out. Now, speaking of newer players, what if you are someone that have started and missed out on, let's say, 2-3 seasons, and you've just joined the game for the half anniversary because there's a lot more freebies for you to obtain? Well, fret not. What you want to do is still go obtain all of the the main story upgrades and resources for your units, and once you're done, try to join the current season that is ongoing, because you're gonna have some time limited stuff, just like all the seasonal noble pass and all of these free goodies that you can obtain. get these done, and then there is going to be a temporal nexus, which more information will be released, that allows you to pretty much just go into the past seasons, and then you can play the past seasons, play it as a story, gain all of the additional items and resources, and you can swap between, you know, the various seasons. Right now it's the Song of Strife, and then you can swap between the other ones going into your main starter story and the subsequent seasons that gets released by the devs. So overall, this just opens up a lot of content, and technically don't miss out on some of the storyline of the new seasons and on some of the resources, because again, seasonal resources, some will be time limited, but quite a few of them you will still be able to obtain the artifacts, the different skills, the equipments, and the magic charms, which gets unlocked once you reach past level 300 in the AFK progression stages. So all of these will be still available to you through the temporal nexus, or I'm not sure what the name they're going to come up with for the final version, but you can access them and you will be able to obtain all of these goodies. So yeah, I'm honestly very much pleased with how they have presented this, because when we first saw it, we were thinking, back then we were worried that, oh, we're not going to make it to level 240, but that's not the case. With the catch-up mechanic, you will get to level 240 as a free-to-play if you are active and playing. So yeah, a lot of people are there, they're enjoying the seasons, and let me know your thoughts, because this is going to be great. And make sure you push your AFK progression, and hopefully I will see you guys there in game. Of course, you can use my link down below to try and download the game as well. Anyhow, it's Tobias here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye now.